What is going on, everyone? Thanks for checking out my video. Today we're in Salem, Massachusetts. We only had 24 hours to spend in this Halloween town and wanted to maximize our time as much as possible. In this video, we'll show you exactly how we saw almost everything in Salem in one day. If you plan on visiting Salem, I hope this video will give you a great idea of things to see, places to eat, tours, and more. Happy Halloween.
Today we're in Salem, Massachusetts. Yes, during October. I did a previous video on this where I did 48 hours in Salem. But today, if you only have one day to come to Salem, welcome to the 24 hours in Salem travel vlog. How I would like to break this video down for y'all is I'm basically going to start on Essex Street. So Essex Street is literally the main street of Salem. And we're gonna start from like west to east and pretty much go down the line. It's gonna make it very easy for you if you come here to see all these things that we're gonna see today. Our first stop here on our 24 hours in Salem tour is the home. Do you recognize it? Do you recognize it? I bet you do. The home of Allison in Hocus Pocus. And yes, they actually did film a lot of Hocus Pocus here in Salem. If you want to go check out my full-blown filming locations tour, links will be down below. In real life, it's the Ropes Mansion. In Hocus Pocus, Allison's house. It looks like you can go in and tour this. However, it is sold out today. So if you want to do this, make sure you get your tickets early because it's already sold out. Now, if you're familiar with the movie Hocus Pocus, right here would have been the spot where Max and Danny kneel down. They hug it out and then they go continue their trick-or-treating right here. Right next to Allison's house is the very first church in Salem. It was founded in 1629. A hop, skip, and a drop away from Allison's house is the famous Witch House of Salem. Now this is usually packed to the max. It's actually not too bad right now, but the famous witch house where everyone comes and gets their photos outside right about there. Fun fact, the witch house was the former home of Judge Jonathan Corwin, one of the very few locations still around in Salem with direct ties to the Salem witch trials. Now you can tour the witch house. I think it's for about $9 a person. You can tour, it's a really quick tour, but we usually just opt to get our photos right outside. All right, as we walk to our next spot, we're going to see so many really cool shops and stores. Another cool shop to check out is this caramel, looks like pastries and macaroon shop. Look how good they look. All different flavors. Probably one of the best things once you approach like this town square up here, they block the road. So you don't have to worry about getting hit by any cars like I usually have to. You know how that goes. I'm not sure what this attraction is. I've never been here before. The Black Craft Cult, Believe in Yourself, but it has a very long line today. So obviously it's very popular. If you're into old comic books and superheroes and video games and this and that, this is a really cool store. Go and check it out, Harrison's. This is a really interesting store we usually try to get into each year. Hex, Old World Witchery. Well, my friends, we've made it to the town square, town square, town center, Salem. This is pretty much what it looks like in October, and it's only gonna get worse as the month goes on. But this is a really cool place. There's the Bewitched statue straight ahead, which we'll go check out. This is a great place to have. They have so many restaurants. I gotta go try and get a photo with the Bewitched statue, so let's head there. And there she is in all her glory, the famous Bewitched statue in Salem. As you can see, it's usually a pretty long line to get your photo with Bewitched statue, but if you want it, it's definitely worth it. We have a couple photos here with her. This is one of our favorite places to eat, the Gulu Gulu Cafe. However, it is always slammed. The last 2 years we didn't get to eat there, but 3 years ago we did. But I'm pretty sure this is the line to go in. Time for lunch, and we've eaten here before. The last time we were here, actually, this was my brother's pick, and it's so good. And it was so quick to get in compared to some of the other restaurants. A lot of outdoor, indoor space. We were very happy with it. Hopefully we're happy with it again. How many you got? Two. Hang tight, I'll give you 2 seconds. Derby comes through again. There's nothing better than drinking a Sam Adams Oktoberfest in October in Salem, especially here at the Derby. Inside the Derby, the Hocus Pocus book, as well as Thackeray Binks. That's so cool. So if you want to see an actual haunted building here in Salem, you got to come down this way. Search the Merchant House, a Salem, Massachusetts hotel. We're blocked off here today, so this is as close as I can get. But there is a famous photo. I will throw it in this video, but there's a famous photo of a full apparition ghostly woman taken on the second floor of this building right here. I'm just gonna say probably the most haunted building in Salem right here. It's a cool van if I ever did see one.
Next, I want to take you to a few places that you'll need to drive to, but are definitely worth seeing if you're into the history of the Salem witch trials. These locations are in the town of Danvers, 20 minutes north of Salem. The first spot is the Samuel Paris Archaeological Site. If you type that into Google Maps, it'll take you right there. This is where the Salem witch trials all began.
This is what I was looking for right here. It was in this house. In 1692, that Tituba, Reverend Paris's slave, told the girls of the household stories of witchcraft, which nurtured the village witchcraft hysteria and resulted in the deaths of 23 persons. This house was the scene of many incidents during the hysteria and is one of the most important sites in colonial American history. Let's go take a walk in, shall we? I'm gonna go down the steps into where the home was. This is literally where the Salem witch trials story starts. Literally right here. Without further ado, let's go to our next location. We're gonna head to the homestead of the one and only Rebecca Nurse, the 71-year-old who was accused of witchcraft and hanged. This was the home of Rebecca Nurse. Now, from what I understand, it was about half this size when she actually lived here. They redid some things and added on. Yeah, you could actually tour this. We're not doing that today. The next location that we're going to visit is straight ahead. That's the Rebecca Nurse, well, the Nurse family cemetery. We have arrived at the Nurse family cemetery. I am seeing Rebecca Nurse's name on this statue. Rebecca Nurse, 1621 to 1692, Salem, Massachusetts. It's nice that they have a memorial for her right here. Well, where we are headed now, through the woods, through somebody's side yard, but it's okay as long as you're here during the right hours. We are heading to the actual site of the Salem witch hangings. This is probably the coolest thing you'll see in the town of Salem. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the site, confirmed site by researchers not that long ago. The confirmed site of the Salem witch hangings in 1692. Right, now that we've seen the actual hanging location of the Salem witch trial, and we're gonna head right down there, which is the Proctors Ledge Memorial here today. So let's go. We've made it to the Proctors Ledge Memorial. Over here they have all of the victims' names in order by date. So Bridget Bishop went first on June 10th, 1692. Sarah Good, July 19th. Elizabeth House, Susanna Martin, Rebecca Nurse. And obviously they have it at this location because where we just were up on the hill is literally right up there. All right, next we are going to check out the shops on Essex Street. I love this. It's like the little brick cobblestone platform that you walk across. There's so many shops, restaurants. It's a bit packed today, but we'll be okay. people come to Salem, this is definitely probably the busiest area. But it's so cool. There's so many shops, like I said. The atmosphere is just great. Oh snap, Pennywise is back. He was here last year when we were here. I got a couple clips of him. Here he is again. That Pennywise is definitely scarier than last year's guy. He's got like the teeth and everything. The Nightmare Gallery is very popular. A monster museum, but not too bad of a line today. There's Jack the Skeleton. He's one of my faves. Oh, this guy's definitely on stilts too. Look at that. That's really cool. So remember how I was telling you that there's so many filming locations for Hocus Pocus in Salem? Here you go. Here's one. This is where the famous dance where the witches sing "I'll Put a Spell on You" happened. In reality, this was another location that they only used the exteriors. Interiors were filmed on a stage out in Los Angeles, but the exteriors all happened right here. It looks like these people are on a tour, so I don't want to get in their way, but what's pretty cool is we get a quick shot of Max Dennison as he goes up the steps. Goes up right there in that window. City Hall is right to our right here, but if we walk down this way, there's some pretty cool shops and places back here as well. Wicked Good Books is a cool store. However, the last time I was in there, I got yelled at. Some lady said, "No filming in here," so I'm not going in. However, I still recommend checking it out. Holy crap, I've never seen this before in Salem, but this guy looks so good. Look at this Frankenstein, holy smokes. This dude looks unreal. Look at this guy. All the way down to his boots. That is so cool. Amazing. That looks so great. Tell me that Frankenstein wasn't like legit Hollywood makeup. That was so good. If you want good quality, high quality, comfy Salem shirts, this is where you want to go, the Trolley Depot. And this is the shirt I have right now. I got it in green, but I'm getting a second one today. 2 years ago when we were here, I got this exact shirt. And let me tell you, the quality, it doesn't shrink. The quality of this, the feel of this, the comfiness of this, amazing. So this year, I'm going with the purple. Captain Jack Sparrow. If you're into the Revolutionary War like I am, this is a place you want to check out, the London Coffee House. This is where American patriots came and hung out, had a few beers, right here. If you're a big mall person, the Witch City Mall is something to check out. It's all right. I didn't think it was that great, to be honest with you. But they have some cool restaurants over here. The Village Tavern, I recommend that. It's pretty cool. If you want to check out some really creepy stuff, go check out the Salem Witchboard Museum. On Essex Street, making our way down. And we're heading towards the Salem Witchboard Museum. So if you want to check this out, go to this Remember Salem Fine Wizard Wares. Gonna go in. Hey, there's Billy from Hocus Pocus, and the entrance is in the back. My wife and I love Harry Potter, and we actually like to come in here to check out the Harry Potter stuff. We've made it down to the Hawthorne Hotel. We wanted to stay here, but it is super expensive. We were gonna stay here at night, but nope. Supposedly though, it's haunted. Another one of the most haunted places in Salem right here. Approaching our next location. One of the coolest, creepiest, nicest places to check out here is the Salem Witch Trials Memorial and the Charter Street Cemetery. So here's how you're gonna get here. This is Charter Street right here. You come down and the entrance to the cemetery is gonna be right here. To me, this is a must-see if you're in Salem. Obviously, there's so many people here today, but these are all the memorials that they have for all of the victims of the witch trials. I like to come and visit these two. There's Martha Corey, hanged September 22nd, 1692, and then her husband, Giles, he was the only one who was pressed to death. I have other videos on him and his land. Of course, got to visit John Proctor, August 19th, hanged. I think it's really cool how this tree is just growing into the memorial area. And the very first one is right here. Bridget Bishop, hanged June 10th, 1692. She was hanged alone. So I don't know if this is new or not. I've never seen this before. They require a reservation to go into the Charter Street Cemetery, which I've never seen that before. Usually we just go in this entrance right there. But here's the old Charter Street Cemetery. I have other videos where we actually go and walk through if you want to check those out. Reminder again, all my links will be down below for all of my Salem videos and the playlists. That's something you don't see every day. So probably the most famous grave in here would be that of Judge John Hawthorne, who was one of the judges who sentenced the Salem witch trial victims to death. And I have other videos where I show you that grave, but to give you an idea right now, it's right where these group of people are standing. They're all looking at his gravesite right there, Judge John Hawthorne. Another cool place we want to check out since we're right by the Salem Witch Trials Memorial is this street right behind me. This has so many cool little shops, and there's a couple restaurants. Salem Wax Museum. Then there's that guy. Oh. Welcome to Norman Street, everyone. There's some couple cool things here. There's the real Pirates shop directly across. That alley we were just in is right here. And a pretty cool tavern, Brothers Taverna, right across the street. If you're looking for an amazing coffee place, this is where to go. Jeho Coffee and Tea. Every year we stop at Jeho and get our coffees, and it's like one of my favorite coffee shops of all time. Definitely stop there and grab one before you go take your walk out to the lighthouse. Nicole has her Jeho coffee, and she's ready to take the long walk out to the lighthouse. The goal is to make it out, let me zoom in for you, to that little lighthouse all the way out there. You're gonna come along with us. Not your typical beach, but they do have chairs set up here if you want to come and sit. Now it is definitely a little bit of a hike to get out here, but this has just become a family tradition for us every year. So we have to, and it's just worth it. If you can do it, it's worth it. We've made it to the lighthouse. We got our little family photo, which I'll throw in right now. Last time I made a Salem travel vlog, I was right about here, and I said, quote unquote, this is New England. I love it. Well, friends, we made our way to the Salem Park here, and there's two reasons why I want to stop here. More Hocus Pocus filming locations. So we'll get to them really quick, but it's something like, man, I love that movie, I gotta stop and see. On this road right here, Max and Allison would have been walking. She would have gave him what he thinks is her number back, but on it, it really says trick or treat. Yes, those filming locations happen right here. Real quick, right here would have been the Salem High School in the movie. We would have seen all the teachers and kids walking out of that store, out of that door, and Max would have parked his bike right there and then headed over to the park. How cool is that? Our next location, in my personal opinion, is the creepiest place to visit if you're in Salem, Massachusetts. I'm looking at it right now. It's the Satanic Temple in Salem. The Satanic Temple. This is pretty crazy to see in person. I'm not sure why. Of the making of this video, it's a Saturday night about 5 p.m. and it's closed. Yeah, it's you can't, obviously, the point of it is to go tour inside. We got our walking in to check out the Satanic Temple. It's definitely probably about a mile away from everything else, or more depending where you start, but if you want to come check it out, it's still in walking distance. Anybody tell me in the comments below where this is from, and I'll be your friend forever. As you can see, it's getting a little chilly out here. We are in October in New England, but we've arrived at our next location, the Salem Witch Museum. Decided to walk through the park area, and we've made our way to the Salem Witch Museum.
If you've never seen the museum before, it's worth a look. However, it's a little pricey, and we much prefer the Salem Dungeon Museum. They have live actors on stage that replicate the Salem witch trials.
This is really cool this time of year here too. In the park, they usually have food stands pretty much any weekend. I don't know if you'll get it much on the weekdays, but like I said, today's a Saturday. So we can have a little fair in the park in Salem. We've made it back to Jeho Coffee, and now we're gonna head down this way because they have some really cool shops down here, but also our favorite restaurant of FINZ, where we'll be dining at tonight, FINZ, is down this way. Isn't this such a great view? The lighthouse is straight ahead. We were just on that side. Now we find ourselves over here. It looks like this used to be one of our favorite shops in here, and it is no longer here. They changed it. It's a new place called The Witchery, Folk Arts and Witchcrafts. It's one of my mom's favorite shops when she's here with us. The Partridge in a Pear Tree. It's about that time for dinner. Time to go check out FINZ Seafood and Grill. We are kicking things off with the FINZ New England clam chowder. For my third time in a row at FINZ, I went with the classic lobster roll. Looks delish. And Nicole went with the
lobster roll of a different variety, the sushi kind.
The sushi lobster roll. All right, tell me, how cool is this? Hocus Pocus, sisters. Look, I smell children. Amok, amok, amok.
Did you enjoy your 24 hours in Salem?
Yes.
Me too. That was fun.
Well, everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this year's Salem Travel Guide. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. If you like this type of content or want to see more of my Salem videos, we've got Salem Witch Trials videos, we've got Hocus Pocus locations, I've got walking tours. I'll put links all below or up above somewhere, and check out my Salem playlist. I have a whole playlist dedicated to Salem. So until next time, I'll see you in one of those videos.